Hey everybody, and welcome to a surprise craft class live, and we're going to be with Scrap-A-Latte today. I'm going to go ahead and bring them in. There we
Hello.
go! Yay!
Here
So,
we are already.
yay! Welcome everybody. So we are here tonight. I'm super excited. We are doing a craft class, if you will, with Scrap-A-Latte. They are located in Miller Place, New York.
No,
Yay!
I
Right?
I I I live in Miller Place. I'm actually in West Babylon where my store
Oh,
is.
okay. I'm reading what Karen wrote me.
Oh, wait till I
She
see
actually
her.
wrote, okay, sorry. I'm going to let
It's all
you,
good.
all right, then I'm going to
All
let
good.
you guys say where you are and where you're from. So we're here with Renee, who is the owner of Scrap-A-Latte, and with Angie. So we have two Angies here tonight. So beware, everybody. So let's, you want to give everybody a little, the lowdown of what's going on tonight. I know that you guys have a special going on for people
Yes.
joining us tonight.
Yes, we have a special going on for people that are joining. You either um do your order with comment below your what? How are we going to do it? Because with the
Comment or in
online store,
person.
comment or in person, comment below you want to do an order and then either come in or give me a call and you'll get
Yeah.
10% off of the LDRS from now through Saturday because we are closed on Sunday for the holiday. So
Yeah, and
now through
for
Saturday.
your commenting, the commenting that Renee's referring to has to be on your Facebook
Yes,
group, right? Or your Facebook
absolutely.
page.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I know we have people coming. You might be watching from the Scrap-A-Latte Facebook page. You might also be watching from the LDRS Facebook page or from the LDRS YouTube channel because we're broadcasting in all three places. So for that 10% discount, and to place your orders, if you want to order, right? That's going to be on your Facebook page.
Yes. But
Okay.
if someone is watching, Angie, and if they want to call my store, I'll give you the phone number 631-482-9190. You could call
Perfect.
me and I will definitely take care of anybody that's watching. So
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. It's so
you're
wonderful.
welcome.
So I'm super excited to be here. We're going to be crafting tonight. So Renee and Angie are going to be making a card using, excuse me, using the Picnic Postage Collage, which many of you may have already gotten your kits, right? From
Yes,
hmm
you should all have them.
Scrap-A-Latte.
They're out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you don't already have your kits, if you want, you can order them from Scrap-A-Latte.
Yes, you can.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to be crafting today. We're going to be crafting kind of side by side, which is going to be kind of fun. We're going to do two different takes on what you can do with this. I actually have a third option too that I'm going to show you another card sample just to show you what you can do with this. And I do see so many people coming in. So
Good.
we have 39 people on right now
All
altogether.
right.
Welcome.
Thank you guys.
And
Welcome.
so many people coming in. So, and there's a lot of people here I know that join Alan and I on our Thursday nights that are going to be introduced to Scrap-A-Latte for the very first time. So super excited for that.
Yeah,
So yeah, so everybody, what is your website? Do you want to give your website real quick?
sure. It's scrapalatte.net.
There you
So
go.
it's, yeah,
Perfect.
easy. Scrapalatte.net.
No
All
hyphens.
right,
No hyphens,
awesome.
just straight up.
No hyphens. Scrap-A-Latte.
Yep.
All right, so how about we go overhead?
Okay.
And do you want me to go ahead and show what we're working with? Anna, you want to go
Yeah.
overhead? And we'll show what we're working with. And I do have, like I said, a few samples that I'm going to show too. So we're both working with the same things. We can, we might pull in some extra little fun things just in case and just to see what happens. But this is what is in the kit. Okay. So we have the postage collage dies. It's a full die set, 8 dies. These are absolutely fantastic. You're going to love these. I can't wait to show you how this works. The Picnic Days Postage Collage layering stencils. And I'll go over those a little bit too for those of you that are brand new to our stencils. You'll notice there's a stencil layering guide that's on the back. I will talk you through that as well. And then we have the Picnic Postage Collage stamps. And And so we're going to be using these as well. The Picnic Postage Collage stamps are all, let me explain how this works really quickly. So this is going to be all kind of picnic themed, not quite summer, not quite spring, but some of it is just kind of like for like warmer weather, outdoors, fun, but some of it is very, at the park or picnic specific. And everything you see in here, if you look at your postage collage dies, and if you're wondering what these little dies in here are for, those little accessory dies, all of those dies that are in there are going to fit many of the stamps that are in the postage collage stamps. So the cool thing is that once you have your postage collage dies, you only need to have one set of these. And then they're going to work with all of our postage collage stamp sets, and they're going to be able to fit all of our postage collage layering stencils. So it's a really, really nice assortment where you only have to buy the die set one time and then you're good to go, which is really, really cool. And then you'll notice we also have other little accessory stamps in here, and we're going to be just kind of attacking those and having fun and playing. So a couple of things, I think. A card like this is what you would get with when you stencil and die cut. This is like, Alan, you want to zoom in a little bit? Because this is really far away. There we go. I think this is you're going to be making a card similar to this one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Where it's the full collage, and it's really I mean, it's the simplest way to do it, to be perfectly honest with you. Like it takes the least amount of time, but the impact is so cool and it's so fun. So many different colors in it, and it's really, really playful. If you want to take it one step further, this is a card that I'm going to make where you do the exact same thing, except we're just going to do a few little cuts and trim the pieces apart and create our own collage. All right. And then just one more little sneak peek. If you notice, the very first card is in landscape. We took it another step further, and we actually kind of created a card to do it in portrait.
That's my
Just to,
favorite one.
isn't that cool?
Yeah, I
So
love
if
that
you
one.
notice, and you'll understand this more once we play with it more, but if you see, this is the size right here, like this whole, the kite is actually longer. We actually took it and fit it and just used the top part of the kite. So using your stencils and, and fitting them into each of the little, just the little sections where maybe they weren't intended to go, but we make them fit, and all of a sudden you have a completely different card, completely different shape, and you've expanded what you can do. So, what do you
I think
say we get started? What, you
sounds
guys
good.
ready to craft?
We're
Oh,
ready.
sure.
Okay,
Now,
so hopefully everybody has a really good selection of inks. I literally just grabbed like a gazillion ink colors, and I have, wait until you see what I've got. This is what I have. I just went and grabbed a whole bunch of my blending brushes. So, oops, Alan, brush overboard.
Alan.
What else do I have? So what else do you need? Some kind of a repositionable tape would be a good idea. All right, hold on. Alan's finding what I dropped. Okay, here we go. This is what I dropped. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get started. Actually, I like to get started by cutting out my die, my
Oh,
yeah, you can start however you want. It's just how
Okay.
I've been doing it.
You already threw
If
me
you
off.
guys want to just, yeah, if you want to just start stenciling. So
all right.
here's the cool thing too. I love the fact that we have a split screen. So we're going to see like how I do it versus
Yeah.
the way that you
The
guys
right
do it.
way versus the wrong way.
No, 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 no. It's you can do this however you want to do it. Oops, all this
Yes,
noise.
that's true.
We will be a little upside down until we're finished, though.
But that's okay. See, they're going to see it two ways. You're going to see coloring upside down and coloring right side up.
Got it.
So I'm going to go ahead and I have my trusty Alan over here, who's going to go ahead and die cut this. So is what cheating? Having Alan do the die cutting? Is Linnea on tonight by any chance? Huh? She is? All right, perfect. Hey Linnea, if you're out there, would you mind if Linnea put a link to your store
Oh, absolutely not. I wouldn't mind at
Okay.
all.
So Linnea, if you're out there, if you would please put a link out there to the Scrap-A-Latte website. Huh? You're gonna do that part? Oh, look at that. My Alan. Of course, I need you to do this too, Alan. I'm telling you, having an Alan is a really good thing. Here, I'm gonna let you
Yes,
clean
we
this.
all need an Allen.
Here, but give me that piece because I gotta deal with this. Okay, so I just need to get all the little bits out of here. I'm using really heavy cardstock, and so sometimes the bits don't all pop out really easily if they're really little. And these are
I'm
tiny.
almost done, Angie. No.
You are not. Oh my gosh.
Just kidding.
The race is on.
No.
There we go.
I
Let me just get these
think I
out of
got,
here.
what do you think? Got it all? For
Maybe down
stencil
here,
number
maybe
one?
down there.
Are
Oh,
you all
yeah.
done with stencil number one? My
We'll
goodness.
slow
I'm
down.
still prepping my die cut.
Well, we haven't done
But we
that
didn't
part.
do that
Yeah.
yet, so ours will be at the end. The prep.
Well, and if you're using different paper, yours might just pop right out too.
Send
I mean, it
Alan over
popped
with
out. It's just all the little circles. So now I'm like,
Yeah.
I've got snow on the board here.
it. All right.
Alrighty. So if anybody has questions or stuff, I can actually see, and we've got Linnea is on as well, who can answer questions for you. So anything, I mean, this is a class because many of you have purchased your kits, and we want to kind of walk you through
Yeah.
what to expect and what to do. And I've lost my stencils. Here they are. How do you lose your? I mean, seriously. So I'm gonna talk for a moment about our stencils so that anybody who's opening these up for the first time, I want you to understand what makes our stencils unique. So first of all, if you look at the back of our stencils, if our stencils ever say stencil layering guide inside, that means that when you open them up, guess what you're going to have? Excuse me, a layering guide. So we show you what stencil 1, 2, 3, and 4 look like when they're colored. So where the color goes and what the image is going to produce. So we show you up here. You can see where all of that blue is, okay, where the pink is, where the yellow is, and you can match it up here and see exactly where your color goes on the image.
Glad I did.
And stencil 2, 3, and 4. Now, when you look at this, you'll notice that our stencils, we have these kind of gray lines in here as well. Those gray lines are alignment guides. And so when I look, for example, you can see these alignment guides right here that are on stencil 2. They actually look like the image that you just stenciled on stencil 1. So we use stencil number 2 to line up over what we stenciled already on stencil number 1. So you get perfect alignment every time. And so when you actually look at the stencils, like this one is stencil 2, and if I can angle that in my bright lighting, you can actually see those alignment guides on there. So no matter
Yeah.
how you're stenciling, you have perfect stenciling every single time, and we make it easy for you. Also give you some projects on the inside to get you started. So if ever you have any questions about what to do, how to do, look at your alignment guide. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I do like to kind of tape down my stencil a little bit, and I'm going to line it up so that it goes like inside the little stitching that's in here. And I can see on my stencil here, my alignment guide, that that long corner goes in the bottom right corner, okay? Because I can see where everything is lining up in here. So let me just get this lined up in here. Just give me a moment. Boy, you guys are like zooming through. Look at
No,
you.
no.
No, not at all.
We're
Is there
we're actually laughing. I'm embarrassed, and I hate to admit it, but we never realized that there was this lovely, beautiful alignment guide in the package, and this afternoon we're looking at the sample. Where did we get the picture from?
on the back of the stamp? I
on the
think.
back of the stamp, I think, and we have the magnifying glass, and we're trying to make it bigger so we can see what colors went where.
We just had an aha.
And now you have this guide, and I can't believe it.
Oh
We
boy.
try and take it. We try and make it so easy, and
Oh,
then
I
you
should
went
have
and made
known
it really
better after
hard.
I should have known better with you and all your other wonderful things that you do. I should have figured there must have been
Oh,
something.
thank you.
Yeah,
Alrighty, so I have got to just kind of figure out. So This is the card that I'm making, and I have no idea what colors I did down here, but I'm going to play. I'm just going to grab my colors and start going. So I'm going to do, I'm actually going to do a light blue in the background. Turn what sideways, Alan? Are you going to interrupt me, Mr. Hunt? I always love it when my husband apologizes to me. It doesn't happen often, so it's like a real feel good moment.
And you have it
Okay,
recorded too.
I know. So if I look at this, I'm going to do everything in blue for stencil number 1, except where you see this yellow, that's part of the kite, and this pink right here is part of the little picnic um, tablecloth there. So just to make it easy, I'm going to put a little bit of tape. This tape is going to be like your best friend when you are doing this stenciling. So I'm just going to put that tape over everything I don't want color on. And I'm literally just going to go over the entire thing with kind of a beautiful sky blue.
So do you recommend cutting it first like you did? And
Um,
is there a benefit?
no, I mean, I don't know why I do, to be honest with you. You can do it either way.
It works
It's
either
just
way.
how I've always done it. Probably, I mean, you got to think about the way that I do things as well. So, you know, I'm the one who tests all of our products.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm testing our products, I'm die cutting, for example. I die cut this, and now I have to make sure that all the stencils fit and they layer properly and so on and so forth. So what have I done? The first thing I've done is I've cut the die. And so I get in the habit of cutting the die and then working with the stencil.
Gotcha.
So I don't think it's a right or a wrong situation. It's just what I've gotten used to. Oh, Alan, I don't have my cloth. Can you get that cloth over there, please? I need that. Yeah, because I need my chamois. Yeah.
Everybody else trying to jump in and craft along here?
Oh no.
Yeah, who's
Where's
crafting? I'd
Jane?
love to know. Let us know if you're crafting.
So I got a couple ladies on my Pennsylvania group. They should be on, Jane and
Deb?
Deb.
Well, how about we do this? If you're crafting, can you give us leave a comment? Actually, I don't know if I can see your I'm not sure if I can see your scrap. I think I can. Alan, we can see the Scrap-A-Latte, the comments on there, right? Okay. I just want to make sure. So, give us you know how you do like the waving hands
Yeah.
or clapping hands or something, like give us a little emoji of clapping hands or waving hands. I'd love to know who is actually crafting.
So who else? We had Jane, we had Deb, Denise.
Yep. So gonna say
Yep,
there's a
Jane
lot.
says, I'm here and crafting.
Yay! Yay.
Awesome.
Who said that, Jane?
Jane.
Yep, that's Jane
All right,
Zorn. Well,
good.
welcome, Jane.
Yes,
So happy you're here.
yes. She lives in Pennsylvania.
Oh, Nicole says she missed the start. Well, we haven't gotten too far. Well, you guys have gotten further than me. So
No,
now
we're
I'm
really
doing, I'm
slow.
sorry.
We're really slow. Don't worry.
Okay. So I'm just doing a little bit of pink now on this area where I've got the little picnic tablecloth there. And then I'm going to isolate with my tape, and I keep using the same tape because it's super easy to do. I'm just going to go to some yellow and put some yellow on that kite. You can do, and keep in mind, just because we're using certain colors, that doesn't mean you have to use the same colors. You can use whatever colors you want. There we go. So I've got a question. Is everybody further ahead than me? Am I the only slow pokey one here?
No. We're still in shock that we missed the layering guide.
Embarrassing.
Well, it's only
Never
really
too late to
it's
learn.
it's only written really big right there in the center of the back.
Hey, hey.
She's not wrong. She's not wrong, Renee.
Well, you know what though? In all fairness, our new pack we just did our new packaging not quite a year ago. So I think everybody's still kind of getting used to the new packaging, and this was part of our new packaging.
Nice.
So now I'm going to switch to stencil number 2,
Oh,
and I can
now.
overlay on exactly what I've already stenciled. I'm just going to rotate, nope, right here. Sometimes it just takes a moment to kind of rotate it. It's hard. It'll probably be easier for those of you at home to see the alignment guides. I have bright lights here in the studio, so it's a little bit harder for me to see the lines sometimes. Okay, so now I've got stencil number 2. I have the number 2 in the corner. And I'm going to go ahead and start. What are we going to do here? So let's see. I'm going to do kind of a really light yellow. I'm going to go stick with the yellow. And we get to put some yellow on, excuse me, the wings. I keep choking. The wings and the face and the center of the little flower. So now the first stencil, I was kind of able to do one color on almost the entire thing. Oh, looks like Leslie's here. Leslie from Cobblestone
Yeah.
Creek. She said, I'm crafting with you all. Very
Oh,
nice.
yes, yes. Hi, Leslie. We spoke earlier today. Hi.
Cool. So on stencil number 2, though, we're going to be getting sectioning a little bit more because we're going to get a little more detailed with each section. So now we're going to be using our tape. Our tape is going to become our best friend at this point. So in the first upper section, upper left, I did all yellow. Now I'm going to move to the center section. And I've got to get the basket down here, which I'm going to do. This is the bottom part of the basket. I'm going to do in a brown. And then I've got the center apple and then the 2 leaves I'm going to do in green. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and cover up the green.
How many hands does it take you?
And then, is that cut? Yeah, it is cut. I've got to get that little center there of the, what is that called? Of the bow. I'm actually going to cover that up with some tape as well. And now I'm going to search for my brown to do the bottom part of the basket. So literally, you want to sit down with a whole ton of colors. Which
Yep.
stencil are you guys on now?
We're just finished up with number 2. We're just
Oh,
slowing
okay.
down. Yeah.
Yeah. We're
You
good.
guys are like way ahead of me.
No,
No.
not at all. Not at all.
Okay, so here we go. Get some brown in here. And here's what I would say too. As you're stenciling, don't worry about getting a consistent layer of color across an area because it actually ends up looking better, in my humble opinion. I think it looks better when it's not, when the color isn't evenly placed across the entire section, because it ends up giving you like almost like shadows when it's
Oh,
not so perfect. That's just my thinking anyway. That's the way my
imperfect.
brain sees it.
Got this one. We got imperfect.
Now, I'm going to do kind of a 2 color with the green because I think people like to see when I do this. I think it's kind of fun. So I like to kind of layer up colors sometimes, but you don't have to do this. If you want just one green across these areas here, across the apple and the leaves, then you can do that. But I'm going to start off with a light green.
Mm.
And I'm going to go across the apples and the leaves with a light green. And then I'm going to go to a darker green. This one is more of an olive green. And this is where I think it gets kind of fun. And I do like to have like something like this. It's just a cloth that I can brush color off of. So if I pick up way too much color, I can brush it off just a little bit. So now I'm going to come in just like from the bottom and shadow up. And all I'm doing is a scoop like that without going across the entire leaf or the entire apple. And then that gives you a little bit of like a shadow at the bottom. Is it necessary?
Oh, that's
No. Does it
cool.
look cool? Yeah.
Yes.
So, and sometimes you can get that look too. I mean, you don't have to use 2 different colors. you can just do that with one color, like put one layer really light, and then you could shadow with your next layer of it, and it'll make it a little bit darker. So it's just another option. Okay, so these little, the butterflies, there's actually 3 butterflies in the entire, in this set. So, or in this section. So we're going to be doing like the base color. So when we're layering up color, like on these butterflies, you want to put your lightest color in the background first. So you're going to be building from light to dark. So I'm going to start off with a light pink. And I think I'm going to do these 2 the same color on here. No, I'm not. Well, now I am. So there's a light pink, a little bit darker on one side than the other, and that's perfectly fine. And then I'm going to move to this other section right down here. I'm going to cover up the little square here. And I'm going to come over to this one where I've got the lemonade, which I think is so cool. I feel like I'm talking constantly, and you guys
No.
are not.
All right.
I can't do that talking.
Am I monopolizing all the conversation?
No. We're happy.
How you guys are doing?
We're getting
Isn't
there.
that bumblebee the cutest little thing ever?
He's adorable.
It is cute. So how do you get your inspiration for this kind of stuff?
Oh, that's a very good question. This entire collection, we titled Daybreak because, was this Daybreak? Yes. I'm trying to think.
Blur.
I know, blur, it's terrible. But yeah, it's this one. I wanted, I think about like, well, first of all, I come up with, so I obviously I own the company, and I have illustrators, and so I kind of come up with like what the idea is for the collection. And for this one, it was very spring based. Kind of, things, a lot of it in this collection is based around things in my life, in my yard. Um, and a lot of it is even inspired by like the mornings and stuff, and the little critters that are all around in the morning and so on. But as well as, just things in my life. And this set in particular was really inspired by picnics that we would always go on in my family when I was a kid. And we would go to, I live in Michigan. We would go to Port Huron on the lake, and we would always take a picnic. And it was like my mom, my aunt, my grandma, my cousin, and everything. And we would have this wonderful picnic on the lake. And that's what this is really kind of built around, is that idea. And we always left like in the morning, and we spent the whole day. And so a lot of the inspiration, not all of it, but a lot of it does come from my life, really, to be honest with you.
That's awesome.
Sorry, long question or long answer to a simple question.
No, it's interesting.
Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to block off. Actually, maybe I'll do this whole thing in. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. No, I'm going to block it off. I was going to do that in like a darker pink, but I think I'm going to block off the rest here, and I'm going to do that really pretty kind of pinky red. Jamie Collins says, I just love the postage collage sets, and that the one die set works with all the with all the postage stamp sets. I love that too. I think it's really, really wonderful. When you invest in something like that, and it goes, so far, because you can do so much with it.
I like it too as a shop owner, when you can, you buy the die and you stock the die, and then you every release add another 1 or 2 to it. It just it makes it a lot easier, and it just gets the customers more excited again, like, oh, here's another one, and then here's another one, and it's all different. So yes, I like that as well.
I think it makes it much more worth, the investment, when you know that you can keep expanding on it. And then a lot of the time too, like the way that we design, we have, several things like that where you can expand on it and kind of, but we try and design them also so that you can mix and match within those sets too to make them go even further.
Yes. And then there's the staples, like those hand torn dies. Those,
Mm-hmm.
those,
Hey.
and the pinpoint, is
Yep.
that what they're calling it? Yeah,
Yep.
those are
Yep.
awesome.
Love them.
Thank
The
you.
ladies love those.
Yeah, I love those too. I love that how they layer, how they can be used by themselves, but they can be layered up and mixed and matched all over the place as well. Because again, I mean, I think that, you know, we have to think, I mean, when when you're purchasing craft, craft things and anything for a hobby or something, you look at it as an investment and you want it to be worth it and you want to be able to
Right.
do more than just one thing or just use it one time.
Yes.
So we always design with that in mind.
Yes. Yes. The card making part of the store is definitely different than the scrapbook part of the store.
Hmm.
Because you come in, you buy paper, you make something with it, and then you move on. But when you do, a big investment, you
Yeah.
want to be able to use it and use it. So
Right.
it's, I love it. I like these.
Having fun?
Yeah, I'm having fun watching you guys.
Wait a minute.
I just
Yeah,
have to make myself try harder. I get nervous, and I just need to try harder. Get my hands inky.
I every time I go live, all right, here's some news that not everybody needs to know. So every time I go live, I think I'm gonna get the center of that. Every time I go live, I always put a fresh coat of nail polish on. It's only
Oh, okay.
clear, but then when I'm done, like you can see, I got blue here.
Yes.
So it's like I do clear all the time. This is why I only wear clear because I have to constantly redo my nails because this
Getting,
happens. I get
yeah.
stuff on them all the time. I think I'm going to do a little bit of pink in this spot. Yeah, it's
It's
but
all
I always
good.
want them to look nice when I go live. So at least
Yeah.
for a moment, my nails look good. Let me put this pink in here. I don't know if that's going to work or not. I'm literally just grabbing the brush and putting pink in that little spot. Just a little light pink. So whatever was left on the brush went in there.
You want pink lemonade?
Oh, I would love pink lemonade.
That's the best kind.
We'll give it a
Yes.
little tint of pink.
Oh, that's pretty.
Okay,
I like that.
so I am finally moving on to number 3. Look how it's coming along, though.
Coming along
You guys are
beautifully.
doing very different colors, I think, than me, too, it looks like.
Yes.
That's always fun. Okay, so let me see this watermelon. I see my favorite, I think, in this whole thing is the watermelon.
That and the lemons. The
Yeah, those
lemonade.
lemons are pretty nice.
It's
All
all
right.
nice.
I'm going to take a
This
moment.
was a cute set.
Thank you. And I
I'm going to
swear
close.
to you, it's different. Like it's even, I'm doing this differently than the sample because it's different. I
Yeah.
think every time, yeah, it's different every time. You feel like doing different
Yep.
colors. It just feels different. And so you just kind of go with it. All right, so here I'm going to do, I don't think my stencil is in the right place. No,
We're
it
going to make
is.
Bumblebee
How did
yellow.
I
how
think,
did she do out? Oh, she is blocking off. Okay.
Yeah, she's
yeah,
blocking off.
I think
Okay.
I had my stencil in the
Just
wrong
feeling.
place though. Like right here, I can see I didn't have my stencil lined up properly, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
She's got professional tape. We have post-it notes we're
It's
ripping.
working. It's working. Mhm.
As long as it, you know, stick,
Right.
remove, repeat.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
he's
all
cute.
that counts.
Right. And I'll move him
Okay,
over
so
here.
there's some blue. Now, here, I'm going to literally just taping off these sections. So I'm going to start back up here. I'm going to cover up my, ooh, so the bumblebee, I'm going to cover up the bumblebee. And I'm going to do this flower, these flowers right here. And I think I'm going to use that bright pink again because I think it's pretty. I'm going to get the flowers first, and then I'm going to do the black second. The black is going to be for that bumblebee. So I'm going to get both of these flowers.
Okay.
Good.
There we go. And I do like to wipe, if I haven't mentioned it already, I do like to wipe the excess off of my stencil. Let me get that a little more.
As you're
Before I move on to my next color, if you see an area, and I should be working with a clean, this should be clean, and it's not because I'm wiping off color, but that's okay. We'll call it a shadow.
Works. I
Nobody
have a lot of
knows.
shadows.
Yeah, we have a lot of shadows over here.
You know what? Here's the way I look at it. Nobody knows what I intended to do, so they don't know if
That's
I messed
right.
up.
I'm having fun doing that. I
Okay,
may
so I'm
have
going to
the
grab
hand,
some black.
I think I did miss the handle. I'll
All
have to
right.
go back. That's okay. Mm-hmm.
So
What color?
I'm going to do black on this little bumblebee here for his little stripes, his eyes, and his little, I don't know, antennae up there.
Antennae.
Antennae.
Antennae, is that how you say it? Or
I
antenna?
don't know.
Right.
I
Don't
don't
go.
know. Those little bobbly things on the top of his head. Let's just go with
His
that.
doohickeys.
His doohickeys. There you go. Oh. All right. And then I did wipe up that black before I moved on, and before I removed that tape. I'm actually going to do away with that tape because it got black on it, and that is going to get on other colors. So move that out of the way.
You have to do
Okay.
these.
Yep, you gotta do the seeds. I gotta do this little guy over here.
So now I've got to get these other two apples and that last little leaf up there. So I'm going to split my tape and cover up each of those apples and just use my green that I have left here. Ooh, you know what I have to do too is cover up. I'm going to cover this up because I have the, let's get some green on there. I have the, oh my goodness, what is that thing called? The handle of the basket, which needs to be
Yeah,
brown.
I missed that.
We
I have to
missed
go
the
back and do
handle.
that.
Yeah, so I'm going to tape off the handle here so that I can get, and tape off the handle on this side. And then I'm just going to tape off that little leaf in the middle. So now I can get the red, but I'm going to do pink for my apples. And I'm going to do those really dark.
You see, everybody's so quiet, but it's just
Yep.
us,
It's
isn't
just us.
How's how's everybody doing out there? If you're crafting, I'd love to know how
Yes.
you're doing and if you're enjoying yourself.
Yes.
And please, if you have questions, Alan, have I missed any questions?
a quiet group.
Okay.
No, they're all busy
Very busy
doing
crafting.
Kind of like dinner, you know, if it's quiet, you know the food is good, right? At least you hope. That's the way
Yeah,
it works.
right.
Okay, I'm going to cover up these butterflies over here. I do like to cover things up just because I'm so worried I'm going to get tape or color where I don't want it. I'm
I'm
not
with you.
skilled enough. It's actually, I think it makes the stenciling faster. If I take a moment to cover up what I don't want to get color on, then I can stencil faster and without worry.
We're getting there, Renee. We're getting there.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah, it is cute. Cute. Move this guy down so
All
I don't
right,
get it
so
the
here,
blue.
there we go.
How many does it take to move the? There
Post-it
we go.
note.
Now I
So
need to get,
I just got to the bottom of the bow.
that's where I am. I'm doing the bow. I think I'm going to do the bow. I don't want to do the bow in dark pink. So I'm going to do the bow in a really bright blue.
I don't know, man. When you look at our screen and you see our old hands, and then
I
you
know.
look over at Angie and she's got that those nice hands and that
Oh my
still that
gosh.
nice tight smooth skin,
Oh
and then
god.
we're over here with our
Our
veins
veins
popping.
pop.
Oh, you're so funny. Look, oh, can I show you? Look what I got.
Aw,
I showed Alan this. I saw this the other day and I went, no.
what's
What?
happening? What's
My
happening?
very first one, my very first age spot on my arm.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Well, all right, let me explain. I thought it was my first. It's the
uh-oh.
first one I could see. Then in the
Oh.
mirror, I saw the back of my arm and I went, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, my arms, the back of my arms were aging faster than the front of my arms.
Than the fronts.
It's all good.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's
what's a
all
girl to
good.
do, huh?
Yep.
It
What's
just
this part of our?
catches up with everybody.
That's all right.
Let's make that a bright green. How about
Well,
Yep.
unless
bright green?
you're, what's her name? The one that does the crepe erase?
Oh,
Oh,
don't, at
great
3
parade.
a.m. the other night, I was looking it up.
I wonder if that stuff works. I
Golly.
don't know.
I don't know. I think I'm pretty fortunate. My dad's 95 and my mom's 91, and they're still
Oh,
moving
that's
strong.
wow, that's awesome.
So I keep threatening my children, I'm going to be around for a long time. You better be nice to me.
Threatening, I love it. That's good genetics, though. That's really
Yes,
good. Wow, that's
absolutely.
fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna go a little bit darker now with the second layer of the pink. Okay, because I did the first layer was really, really light. Now I'm doing just a little bit darker with the second layer. And then I do know that I have a third layer to go.
So you're doing butterflies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, doing the butterflies. And I did the really light layer for the first layer on the third butterfly that's in the middle. I think I'm going to swap out my tape here for some new tape because those are getting a lot of color on them now.
Getting a
Yeah.
little soggy.
Yes, everything was starting to look brown. Okay, so when I get down to here, I'm going to cover up that lemon on the bottom. And I just want to isolate, let me do one more of these. I think I can use this one. I want to isolate the picture, the handle of the picture,
Mhm.
and just get that with a little bit of that purple that I put on the rest of the picture. I like doing the picture in a soft color so that it looks like it's glass, but it just has a little bit of a tint to it.
Ah.
At least that's how, I visualize it in my head. We'll see. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to cover up that picture handle, and I'm just going to do everything else in yellow. I'm going to move some of my brushes out of here because I'm getting too many.
They do take over, don't they? Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah.
I just kind of end up with too many things in one spot. All right, so now I'm going to do yellow, and I'm going to do the inside of this cup plus the lemon plus that little lemon wedge. And I'm going to do that in this pretty kind of soft yellow. It's called banana cream pie.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds
And
good.
then, I know, doesn't that sound good? See, now if Alan were a really good Alan, he'd be handing me one of those right now. Now
Yeah.
I'm going in with a darker yellow. And remember when I did that little thing where I just kind of scoop up from the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing now on the edges, where I just scoop up, and then the lemon starts to take on some shape.
So I think I missed my little stems, my little apple stems.
Oh yeah,
There we
you
go.
did.
There we go. And now we move over. How's everybody doing?
Ruth, good on
Anybody
this.
anybody out there?
Jane, Deb.
Deb said she's just watching. I don't think she's doing along. Jan is watching. There's a bunch of people watching. Maybe they're gonna go back and craft
And
later.
craft later. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So will
Need
this
to-
be available on a replay? How does that work?
Yes, it will. It will. So I know that Facebook only lets you keep it for so long, right?
Yes, we've been having some issues with things that we didn't realize they were deleting so quickly.
I
Okay.
think it's 30 days. Yeah.
Okay, so this will be available on your Facebook page and our Facebook page, LDRS Creative, for as long as Facebook allows it. Let's go
Facebook
with
lets
that.
it. Okay,
And but it will live on our YouTube channel because it's live there as well. So anybody can go back and watch it on the replay once it disappears. If you want to go to our YouTube channel, it'll be there.
That's good.
okay.
Good to know.
Okay. I'm going to do an orange, I think. I haven't brought orange into the mix yet. Let's do this one.
So there's.
This means I'm going to have to do something else in orange. I just don't know what yet.
So it's
I'm
funny. On
literally not going off of my sample. I'm just grabbing colors.
kind of comments on here
Oh,
and
okay.
questions.
So that would be one thing I would say to people too. When you're working, you don't necessarily have to plan out all your colors. Just grab a bunch of colors that you like together,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of go from there. Because I think it all kind of works out. Look at I have a pink watermelon. You guys have a black one. That looks, or not black.
Oh yeah. I was
You
gonna
guys
say,
have a
what did I
red one.
You
do?
have a black watermelon?
I'm like,
What?
okay. So I do have to let you know that my mouth it's not always in sync with my brain.
It's all good.
Again, we relate.
So,
So people have to call me out all the time if I have completely said the wrong thing. Because it happens, believe me, a lot. More than it should, more than I'm comfortable with. So you guys have a red
Yeah.
watermelon, which is what I meant to say.
Thank you. You made me do a double, triple take. What?
I'm sorry.
so we do have a question on here, so maybe you can um give us your preferences. A couple of the other ladies answered. How many blending brushes does everyone use? One for each and every color, or one for each color family?
I use in between. So I tend to use, like, for example, my yellow, I'm using for my banana cream pie and for my dandelion. But I will not use this same one. These are in the same color family. One's like a light and then a darker. So
Okay.
I use one brush for those two. But I have another yellow, which is called lantern yellow, which is really, really bright. And it's not the same kind of yellow, and I don't want to mix it in. So I would use a different one for this. So, excuse me. Certain colors I'll have a dedicated brush, and other times I'll use a brush for maybe up to 2 colors, but that's just my preference.
Okay. Yes, another lady said that she has a light and a dark for each color family, and then one for browns, grays, and blacks.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. That
So
sounds
I'm
good.
just going really, really light yellow with whatever is on my brush for this other section down here for the lemonade, just so it's not white. Up here, I need to do. All right, I've got to get green. I still have a lot of green on my brush. I like to always grab, like, what's left on my brush if I can.
Yes.
And those aren't going to be green. Those are going to be brown. What am I thinking? The stems need to be brown. I almost did them green. What was that
I
again?
I don't wash my brushes. Do you?
I actually just did.
Do you? I'd be
I
afraid.
did. No, you guys want to see what I clean them with?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I think it'd be a great product for you to stock, actually.
People do ask us.
Alan, can you come over here? Can you open up that drawer, the top one next to that other chair over there?
I just want to shake the table.
Right there. Just get there. Right there. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's round. It's kind of beige. Up, 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 up. Reach your hand. Straighten your elbow.
Alan, it's behind the
Move
milk.
it to the right. Oh my gosh, you can see what's happening right now.
It's behind the milk.
Like when you
Yes,
tell them it's in the
exactly.
refrigerator.
Exactly.
Milk.
Behind the milk. Have I told you that? He couldn't find the thing that said brush cleaner.
Ah,
Seriously,
Well,
look, it
I
says
feel
brush
his
cleaner.
pain. I couldn't find the thing that said layering stencil guide, so I know.
Well,
Okay.
this is what I use. It's called the
Oh,
Masters Brush Cleaner and Preserver. And
okay.
it's wonderful. The inks that I use are hybrid inks, so it's a combination of pigment and dye ink. And so the reason I'm pointing that out is it's fantastic really for any kind of ink that you're using on your brushes. And nothing's going to happen to your brushes. I literally just cleaned them. That's why some of my brushes are super, super light. Like this one, for example, is really, really light because I got all the color out of it. And so all you do with this, literally, you can see it in here. I've been using it. I wet the brush under like lukewarm water and I scrub it in there, and then I just go like this under water, and under running water, and it just pours out. And then I do it again, get all sudsy and scrub it, and then just rinse this out,
Huh,
pour
okay.
the excess water out, and I literally just leave this on the sink for a couple hours, and everything dries, and it's all ready to go for the next time.
I'd never
So
heard of it
I never
before.
heard of it either. I will definitely
yeah,
look into it.
it is the best stuff. It's fantastic. It has no odor. It doesn't leave anything greasy or oily or anything. It's wonderful, and I would highly recommend, if you're looking for a good brush cleaner to have in your store, I think that's a
Mhm.
fantastic one.
Okay,
Great.
the Masters.
Thank you.
We got it.
You're welcome. Okay, so let me see. What am I going to do? So I need to get the rest of my bow in my brighter blue. I hope I'm getting the right colors. I seriously am not certain. And then I think, what have I done? I used a little bit of purple somewhere and I don't remember where. Oh, it was here. So pink, red, green, blue, light blue. I think I'll use my lighter blue. It's so funny when I look on the screen and I see what everybody else is seeing, and they can't, like, of my setup here, and they can't see how messy everything really is.
Just out of range. Huh? Good.
No, it's crooked.
Don't. All my
Nope,
colors.
don't zoom out. Don't zoom out. No, no, no. Always a comedian. Okay, I'm almost done with this. So let's see. I'm gonna get this area over here for these little butterflies. So now I have to do my darkest pink with my butterflies. Are you guys all done already?
No.
No.
I'm lining up the dye though.
Okay. Well, I already did that step, so.
Yeah.
Right.
I love the
I just,
tablecloth. That is so
Yeah,
cute.
the tablecloth is
yeah.
adorable.
Cute.
What color did you make yours? What color was your
So
tablecloth?
so far it is pink and blue.
Okay, yeah, ours is pink and blue and a little red too. Did you miss? Is this
Did I
supposed to
miss
have white in there?
Yes.
The
And
tablecloth?
here, and then I need purple.
Yeah.
I think the longest part for me is trying to find my inks.
Yeah, I see.
I think I grabbed too many inks. I have a lot of inks that I'm not actually even using that I pulled.
Can we see it?
And then, you know what? I'm going to just come in here and do purple. Because I have the purple out. Why not?
Purple's my
I
favorite
think,
color.
oh, is it?
Yes.
I used to have a purple bedroom when I was growing up.
Oh, really?
I sure did. My mom,
Yeah.
let
Canopy
me
bed.
pick out this beautiful small little purple and white floral wallpaper. And oh boy, I loved that room. It was so pretty.
Mhm.
And then she painted it, and it was great for a long time. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this, and I'm gonna get a darker pink now on some of this to finish up my picnic tablecloth.
I like how she's doing the kite. It's all kind of just pinky purple.
Yeah, I think as long as you use the colors in more than one place,
Mm-hmm.
which I haven't done with the orange, by the way, but I might come in with a little orange on the bottom of my yellow there. We'll see. So one of the things I would suggest too, so I've done the darkest green on the outside of the watermelon, and I'm going to do a lighter green on the inside of the watermelon. And I'm not going to tape off the seeds because that's black. And that black color is going to go very easily over
The green. Gotcha.
the green.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to worry. And I've already covered up the rest of the pink. So I don't need to really worry. Just going to get that in there. Give that a little bit of a wipe. But you do want to cover up that light green that you just did. So that, I'm just going to tape in here, cover that up, get another piece so I can do that black and not worry about getting color where I don't want it to be. And I need some more black. I'm going to scoop up because I just moved my tape by pulling back on it, and I may have just kind of screwed up the green, but we'll see. If I did, then we're going to say I just wanted to make a mistake to show you that it happens to
Yeah,
everybody.
that even professional.
All right, so here. Now you can see all that black that's still left on there. I'm not going to wipe that because I don't want it to get where I don't want it to get. But I am going to take my orange just ever so slightly because remember when I mentioned I used the orange over here and I didn't use it anyplace else?
Mm-hmm.
I used it on my kite. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of orange just for fun up into this yellow a tiny little bit just for color balance.
Oh, on the fruit.
And then before I wipe anything, I'm going to lift this up and off. And so now because I have orange there, you can see orange there, and it's not just
Mm-hmm.
this lone orange spot. Give this a quick wipe. There we go.
Look at that.
How
Yep.
bright and pretty. Is your card all done?
We're cutting out the postage part of it now. You know, you
Okay.
did it first. The part you did first. Now we're going to do it last.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
So I do have a little bit of stamping to do. So this is where, just for fun, this is what I love doing. I think this is so fun. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull out some of my little stamps from my Picnic Postage Collage stamp set. And I mean, you could really just kind of grab whatever you want in here. So I'm going to do, Life's a Picnic. I'm just going
Mm-hmm.
to stamp one at a time because I want to make sure, they are, sometimes if you line up too many stamps at one time, it it doesn't stamp as evenly for you.
Oh, I did not know that.
Pretty.
So we got ours die cut. There. Right.
So there's that one. I'm going to do a handle with care. I think these are so cute. This one says, keep calm, have a picnic. This
They're
one's
cute.
picnic state of mind. What is this one? Express delivery, handle with care. So some of them, like this one, for example, you can use all year long. They're not all, picnic or, specific, which
Mm-hmm.
is fun. And handle with care, you can use anytime. Happiness is fresh air and good friends. Again, use it all year long. Airmail, express delivery. This one I think is fun. Let's go somewhere. Meet at the park. I think that's
Yes.
fun.
Go. Let's go.
I love these. And we always try and come up with things that are unique on these sets too.
Do you have any trips planned?
We actually just got back on Sunday from Orlando.
Oh.
Yeah, we had some family time there. Our son, believe it or not, is 21 years old. And we have, when he was little, we joined the Disney Vacation Club.
Okay.
And so we would go all the time. And we still love to go. My son's 21 years old, and we still went to some of the parks and had fun.
Nice.
That is nice. Nice that he still wants to hang out with you, you know?
It is. Well, most of the time. No, he's pretty great. I'm going to do this one more time. There we go. Get a quick clean.
You want the bumblebee again? Or?
And then let's see. So, whatever you guys want to be grabbing for these, you can really stamp any of these. You don't have to choose the same ones that I'm choosing as you're crafting. Whatever, you don't even, here's the thing too, I would say, you don't even have to worry about, like, especially if you're doing like a picnic card, you could literally grab any of these things. And it's not going to matter what you choose, or just a day in the park, or just something kind of fun. But for your card today, literally, you can just grab just to mix up shapes. Now, all of the shapes that I'm doing here, we actually have a stamp for, a coordinating die in your die set, which is really cool. And then I'm going to grab this one here too. This one says, what does it say? My old eyes. Sunshine, food, friends, sunshine, food, friends. Yeah, my husband always laughs at me when I can't see. He's so supportive. He's actually sitting over there going, thank God it's not just me. There we go.
See if that says.
Okay. So, Mr. Hunt, I'm going to line up the dies. And somebody's got to cut these. All right, so I'm going to put my stamp set away. I didn't line up the back here very well. There we go. So now I stamped all these in black. If you want to stamp yours in different colors that coordinate, you can do that as well. It doesn't have to be just black because I did black. So have fun with it. Make it your own. I'm going to go ahead and this out of the way. Here's some tape. And all of these little accessory dies on here, we're going to line these up.
Do you need some water?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. I could use some water.
Angie, you're going to Craft Utopia, right?
I am.
All right.
We're going to see you guys there.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Yep, we are still working on it.
Yeah,
We're a little behind.
it's all good. For
A
those of you who
little
don't know what
behind.
Craft Utopia is, it's our industry's trade show, and it's coming up towards the end of June, and it's in Vegas,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, we'll get to see all kinds of new goodies.
Yep, Vegas in June, where we all look our best.
Yeah, right. You're melting
Oh
when you
yeah.
step outside.
Oh my gosh, right into the pavement,
God.
right
I
into the
missed one.
pavement. So
It is. It's pretty. Oh my goodness, it's a scorcher.
It sure is.
I've just been doing a little stamping on the side here, guys.
Yes.
Wow. But I'm going
Are you
direct to,
stamping
Yeah.
directly on your?
Yes. So
that's
Okay,
Angie stamped
just a
direct,
couple.
a couple direct to the
cool. Yep.
paper.
Yeah, and that I love. I love that you can stamp. Like I'd stamped off and I'm die cutting. You guys are stamping direct on it, which is really fun. Just different ways of using it. Different ways of using your products.
Yep.
Now, one thing that I'm going to do, well, I'm not going to do it yet. I'll do it in a minute. I'm going to trim this down. I have, so these are the two colors here that I'm going to use for my card base, or like for my backer
Okay.
pieces. And you can see that the cards work here. And I literally just pulled the cards, or I'm sorry, the cardstock from the card. And I could have used any of those, okay? So I'm going to set that aside. This is the pink. It's already cut to an A2. I'm going to set that aside. Alan has given me this. He did my die cutting for me. So let's pop these out so we can see what these look like. Kind of got ahead of myself a little bit. Set my dies aside. I'll put those away later. You know, a really good Alan would have peeled these off for me.
He really loved you.
If he really loved me, he would have done that. Yeah.
Funny.
Okay, here we go. Just move these dies over
Hey,
here.
Trelecky's on. Hello, Miss Karen.
Hey, Karen. Food. She says
Food.
food.
I just stamped a couple little directly on here. The little butterfly, that guy. And now I'm going to stamp on some plain
I
paper.
love that your color scheme is so different than mine.
Yeah.
I love that. We're
And
doing the
even
same
kind
thing.
of
Yeah.
the one we did earlier versus the one we did now. They're even
Yeah.
kind of different.
Yeah, yours, like you have almost some more, like mine is like, I've got a lot of pink and purple in mine.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got, I love like that orange and that darker blue is really, I mean, it's really, plus the red, almost more, what are those colors called? Like more primary colors, like,
Yes.
and mine is like more, I don't know, I kind of went all girl on mine.
All girl.
Okay, so here's my little pieces that I cut out with the die, with all those little accessory dies, right? So I'm going to push those aside as well. And I'm just going to trim this down to an A2 size. Oh, where's my blade? I lost the blade. Don't you love that when you like go to cut something and the blade has fallen
The
off of
blade's
it?
gone.
Yeah, I found it, but still, you kind of go, what happened? So I'm going to trim this down. Now, I actually pulled, I hope you guys are okay with this, but I actually pulled a couple of more products just to kind of play with.
Of course.
I wanted to do a background, so do you mind if I tell people about these?
Not at all.
Okay. Well, I have our pouncers. So I have one pouncer here in our Prickly Pear Perfection color. That I think is this one here. No, I grabbed Key Lime Pie, so I got the wrong one. So I'm going to grab my Prickly Pear. Where is it? It's right here. Sorry. I have to grab my other color. Okay. So I have my pouncers because I have our background stencils. These pattern background stencils, there's 7 stencils and they're pretty doggone big. They're like big 5x7 stencils. You actually get 7 in here and there's all different patterns because I love to do background patterns and I wanted them to be really easy. We did them in a larger size than like A2 Because I wanted people to be able to use these, whether you're doing card making on an A2 or some people do 5x7s. They're great for like scrapbook pages because they're larger to get backgrounds. If you just want to put a little bit of pattern in a spot, or if you want to cover a page, you can do it. So we have like this one is, let me do it on the back here so you can see better. So this one is circles, which actually, that's not the one I'm using. This one is a larger circle, which is pretty doggone
Those are
cool.
cool.
Those are
And
cool.
then we
Extra.
have stars, and this is hearts,
That's really cool.
flowers, which
I
is what I'm
didn't know.
going to use. And then we have diagonal stripes, and then the butterflies. So you get all 7 of them in one package.
That is
And
nice.
so I've got a green paper. I better test this. I haven't tested it. So let me make sure I got a good color. So this is a green paper, and I'm going to put my prickly pear through it with my pouncer. I'm going to make sure I can still see. And look at that, I can. I'm going to go, let me see, put this over here. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I don't want the color to be like in your face. I just want it to look like green on green.
Mm-hmm.
And I like working with the pouncers because I think it's much faster than the blending. You get it releases a lot more color. You know, the blending I think is fantastic with the blending brushes. It's a different technique when you want to blend color together. You want to go light, you want to get darker, and so on. But I think the pouncers release a lot more ink at one time
Is that the
through your
second step?
stencils.
They're all single.
No, I know. Is that the second stencil she's doing? I missed the first one.
That is the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I'm only using one stencil.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't. I missed that.
And then this goes in its own little pocket or pouch case, whatever you call it. And then here you go. You got your own pattern paper in no time at all. And I think it looks cool. So pretty. So let me give this a quick wipe. This is going to require just a little more cleaning.
That's cool. I would have never thought of doing that.
Isn't that cool? Doesn't that look cool?
Yes.
Your own pattern paper. And I think it's beautiful whether you're card making or scrapbooking. If you want to add texture somewhere really fast, you could do it really soft. So from here, then we have our mixed postage rectangles. And if Mr. Hunt would come over here, please. Because it's postage, I had to do it. I had to mix postage. These are really cool because every single one of the postage
Oh yeah,
edges in
I
here
love that.
is unique.
Yeah, I love that.
So there's 8 dies, they all nest, but they're not identical. So you get all kinds, again, it's different textures building on each other, which is really kind of cool. So give me this, Mr. Hunt, please. And I'm going to line this up, get it ready for Alan. So whenever, for everybody who's watching, whenever I'm cutting with a large solid edge, which technically, even though we have these little cuts in here, it really is one big solid edge. I like to angle it because when you angle it, you're only going through over one tire at a time. Like when you're going over a speed bump, you know, it's harder on you if you hit the two front tires at the same time. Now we're doing right, left as we go through, so it's going to be much easier. Blade side down to preserve the plates, and Mr. Hunt is running it through for me. There you go. There you go. Thank you. Cuts like butter.
Like butter.
And then we have our beautiful postage edge. And then when I lay that over the top of the pink,
Look at that.
That's
look how
that and the
pretty.
favorite. Those are
What was
among
that?
that die set and the arches are among my favorites.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Let me see. I gotta make sure and kind of get a visual on how much space I have. There we go. for alignment.
So that I trimmed down. Do you want to keep this one full?
There we
Yeah,
go. And then this is going to go right on the top. Okay, so I'm just layering up the top of my card.
You could do that. I had a tape runner. All of this kingdom of yours.
There we go.
Where did it go?
And then from here, and I'm almost done, but all this work, and I got to take some scissors to it.
Oh no.
Oh no, Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill, remember Mr. Bill?
So here's the cool thing. So we have the postage edge all around the outside, and then we have these little circles in the middle. And what's cool is each of these little circles, when you cut them in half, it creates a postage edge. So I'm just going to take some scissors, and I'm literally, I don't like fussy cutting. I'm not a fussy cutter,
Oh, me either.
but this I will do. And if I get it wrong and it's not perfectly centered, nobody cares. So I'm literally just cutting these into stamps. Okay, so you're not cutting into any of the pictures. Then you can take these, like I can actually now, if I want to, I can make more than one card out of this too.
Oh, yeah.
Because now I've cut it into pieces. So I'm going to put some foam on the back of all of these. All right, here's my foam. Ooh, big foam tape. And then let's put this one here. How are you guys doing over there?
I don't want to cover any of it
We're
up.
doing good. I
I
know. They're really cute.
I know, that's the hard part, right?
Really cute.
Yeah.
We're hanging in. Are you 2 hours behind me or 1 hour?
If you want, right?
Me?
What time is it?
For me?
Yeah.
I'm
Is
in
it 8?
Michigan, so it's 8:25 for me.
Oh, so you're
Oh,
my
the same
time zone?
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes. You're in New York, right?
Yes, I thought you were an hour behind.
No, I'm in Michigan.
Did you get dinner?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't your
Okay.
stomach growling then?
No, that was not my stomach growling. Okay, so I'm gonna, oh, I got some of these pieces here still. So I'm just gonna kind of lay some of these out, and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do. I'm gonna move them up a little bit, I think, like so. We'll go like this. And then I have these two that I can actually use. I'm gonna leave these two out, and I can actually make another card, and I can just use these if I want, along with one of my little sentiments or more, and just get two cards from one
Yep.
sit down at the craft table.
I love it. These are really pretty.
Yeah, this is I'm loving this now.
You did a good job,
Yeah.
Renee.
Thank you. I did do a nice job, didn't I?
You know, and what's cool too, I'm all about the mix and match, you know. So if you wanted to do, let's say, all right, I'm doing this the wrong way. I'm upside down. I'm all about the mix and match. So if you wanted to do a birthday card, let's say, with these, you can do it because you can pull from whatever you've already got in your stash too, and you can mix things up that way. You know, always think about how you can kind of make your craft supplies go farther. And mix and match is always, for me, it's always the way to go.
Love
Yeah. I really like
All right.
those.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to put,
And we have a big variety of those.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of your postage collages stamp sets here.
well, and the great thing too is that those can all be mixed and matched as
Yep.
well. All of these postage stamps, so like, you know, if you have, I mean, there's other stamp sets that you might want to use with the picnic images, or when you cut these apart like I did here, you can actually You know, even pull some images, like mix up your stencils a little bit, the sections of your stencils, depending on what they are, you can make them go further as well. You know, if you have some florals and things that you want to pull in with it, you can do that. There's all kinds of ways that you can
That's really pretty.
make it different and extend the life of things.
Love it.
I do too. And I love, oops, how they're different. They're all different.
You know what? I think I'm actually going to pull this one in. So I'm going to put, let's see. Let me play. I do have a sample over here, but I don't know if I'm going to do it exactly like the sample. So I'm going to put this one here. I'm not going to push it down because I don't know if I'm going to leave it. We'll see. But this one, the little meet at the park, we'll put here. You guys can't see it, but I'm getting my hair all stuck in the all stuck in the foam tape. I have to keep pulling my hair out. Okay, so I put this one here. All just really fun little things. And yeah, does it cover up some of the images? It does, but that's okay. Still looks pretty cool.
Sure
I'm gonna
does.
lift that one up. There we go. And then we're gonna do a little Life's a Picnic here. And then I'm gonna do a candle with care. I might have this up a little bit. See, and if you have to move them, that's all right too. I think I have that up a little high. Ah! It's always scary when you're ripping something off of something.
Right?
But I want to see those apples. I missed seeing the apples. I'm going to tuck this under here, or maybe just kind of put it off center. That's what I'll do. I'll move it over a little bit because I want to see it. And then I'll put this one here. Oops. I know, I'm trying to get done. I'm sorry.
No.
It's all good.
There we go. There we go.
That's really cute.
Yay! So fun. Your own special little collage. And don't forget this way too. So we did all that stenciling, but if you turn it and you fit the images into different shapes, like, you know, this one is what I was talking about here, where we had the longer one for the kite, but we fit it into this area here because we have the mask stencils, so you can actually block that off with the mask stencils so that you don't stencil outside of those areas, and then you can use the images in any areas you want. And then here we've stamped some of the other images directly on, like you guys did.
Very cool.
Right? Isn't that
I
cool?
want to try that tomorrow.
Yeah. So here's my finished card right here. Let's see yours. Very cool.
We've got a couple.
So pretty. And see, I love that you did that little kind of cluster or collage. Yep. And they both look different.
Yep.
Really, really fun. I like that you guys stamped the stamps in different places. You popped up your collage differently. And so, I mean, you've got two unique cards. It's just beautiful. Yep. So fun.
Very fun.
Yay.
Very fun.
All right, so we're going to go ahead. Can you guys switch back to you? To your faces?
Here we go.
Can you switch, Alan?
Oh, low battery.
Okay. There she is.
And there's Angie, the stenciler. Hi, Angie.
There she is. Yay!
You say everybody needs an Alan. I say everybody needs an Angie.
Perfect. You know what? I think everybody needs an Angie too.
Yes.
That's right.
I think Angies are great. I think Angies are the best.
We got to stick together, girl.
That's right.
Yes. Well, this was delightful. I enjoyed doing this.
I did too. Thank you so much for playing along.
Yeah.
When is are you releasing a show?
We are. All
right. So maybe we'll have to do this again after, now that I feel like I got my feet wet, maybe we can do it again after the next release. Oh, those were your feet getting wet.
No, we could. Absolutely. I love doing this. So whenever you want to do this, I'm always game. Thank you so much.
Yay. All right. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you everybody, too,
and
for
guys,
joining us.
don't forget about the discount just
Saturday.
yeah, through Saturday, call the shop and Angie Lynette, was that her name? Renee.
Linnea. Yep.
Linnea. Did I meet
Do you
her?
want
Was she with you the last time?
to? No.
Okay, so Linnea put the link. She put the link in the comments
Do you
to
want to
the
give your
online
phone
store.
number again?
Sure, it's 631-482-9190. And then just give a call. If you see anything you want, go to the online store and we'll give you 10% off and ship it to you. We charge actual shipping. So
Awesome.
all right.
And yeah, now if people wanted to post their cards that they've made,
yes.
are they able to do that?
Oh, absolutely. Just go to my.
Can they just do it here?
Can they just do it here on this video? No.
I don't
or
know.
They could
in the comments, I think
Yeah,
they
could probably
post it in the comments.
Yeah, post them in the comments because that's a great idea. We would love to see what you guys made.
I would love to. Yes, especially you, Jane.
Go, Jane.
I want to see what Jane did.
Go, Jane.
All right, Miss Angie.
All
Thank
right,
you,
everybody. Thank you guys so much, both of you, and thank you for everybody who joined us tonight.
Yes, thank you, everyone, and thank you, Alan.
Thank you, Alan.
Bye.
All right, have a great night, everybody. Bye.
All righty, bye-bye.